Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Forestry and Sawmill Round Table. I'm your host, Rick. If this is your first time here, let me introduce the people that's with us. The round table, we have Paul with Southern Adirondacks. In the bottom corner underneath me is Steve Bailey with MSD, Making Sawdust. In the middle, lower, is John Faber. He's with Hudson Forest Equipment. He's with the Quality Control and R&D Department. We call him the Destroyer because after they engineer it, he tries to destroy it. As a quality control, of course. And then we have John Davidson with Davidson's All Natural Gym, or better known as Dang. And if you get mad at him, you call him Dang It. So welcome back, everybody. And we're already showing 10 people here. Let us know who you are. Say hello so we can say hello back. And if there's any questions on anything, feel free to type them right in the chat. And I'm not seeing the chat.
Me neither.
Chat's not up.
Chat's up.
Well, how come I can't see it?
Click on comments on the right.
Yep. Comments.
I see 7 already. There we go. All right, I see we got Starbucks here. Hi, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Let's see what else we have. All right, guys. So John Faber is here with us tonight. He is going to tell us about a new product that Hudson has come out with. And this new product is 100% American made. Is that correct, John?
That is correct. Yep.
Made right here in New York. Is that right?
Yep.
You want to go ahead and tell us what that new product is?
Well, it's the Hudson HD Edger. HD stands for hydraulic. It's a hydraulic drive. Has one fixed blade on it, one adjustable blade. You can edge on both sides of either blade when you get to the widest point on the movable blade as well. So that's a good handy feature. It's got a dog release, so the anti-kickback bars, you can release them if a board gets jammed if it's too wide when you get it in there. But anybody that's ever edged lumber knows that that's one of the things that happens, and then you got to shut it down to get it out. So with this unit, you can go to neutral with the hydraulic drive, raise up your anti-kick bars, and release the board, and then put it in reverse and back it right out of there. So that's a really handy feature on it. It's one of the best things about it is you can back anything out of it. It edges up to 17 inches wide. You don't want a finish cut. Maximum width is 24 inches to fit through it. So we advertise it at 23, but 24 will go through it. We leave a little leeway there. It's got the interchangeable blades on it. I'll go over all these things in a minute if everybody wants to see them. I'll be glad to show them on the phone. I'll switch my camera over and I can show them up close to you so you can see them.
Okay.
All these features we got on it. Any questions up to now?
I see it's self-powered. What is it powered by?
That's got a 14 horse Briggs on it. Let me switch my camera over here, okay, Rick?
Okay.
Settings. Camera. Okay. Right now, I think you can see the edger, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the 14 horse engine on it. It's a Vanguard Briggs & Stratton. You can get this with electric start if you want it. This one here is actually a pull start model. So it's up to what you want. A little few extra dollars, you get the electric start on anything, right?
Right.
It's got an easy adjust on it. So here's your scale. We got a scale dial down here. This is where you adjust your saw blades.
Okay.
So you just detent this handle. Let me get the whole thing in. This has got a crank on it. So you detent that, and that's how you set your blade. Real easy. And you
Okay.
can lock it in every 1/4 inch. Okay. So I'm all the way over to 0 now. So right there, it starts 1 1/4 inch wide. So if I want 1 1/4 inch board, I can send it through there and get 1 1/4 inch coming out. So when it comes around and hits the 10 inches, or let's see, we go to, you see the numbers on there. There's black and there's red.
Yep.
So the black numbers all the way around 7, 8, 9. Once they hit the past 8, then it goes to the red letters. That tells you you're into the past the 8-inch board.
Okay.
So then you follow your red letters, and that dial lines right up on them. Right there where you pin. So right there would be a 14-inch board. You see where I'm locked in? There's
Right.
14.
Right.
Yep. So we're back here. Back at the 1 1/4 inch if I'm on the, well, that's 2 and there's a 3-inch. So there'd be a batten strip. I cut all my batten strips at 3 inches normally. Gives you a little more lap. Some people want them 2. You'd set it 2 inches and go.
Right.
Easy to set. I'm going to go up and this is the other good feature. This here is a handle that puts your board. So if you got a straight edge on it, that kicks out to your 0 saw. That's your fixed blade.
Okay.
So now with the board, take off the mill. It's got a straight edge on it. Just bang that right up against that edge and send it through. And then your other blade's going to do the cutting on the other side. See how that's got a little wave to it?
Right.
I don't know if you
Right.
can see it in the camera, but you can straighten that board right up. Make your lumber good and true.
Nice.
I can show you that anti-kick. So you put that board in there. I can't pull it back.
Okay.
I'm pulling on it. As soon as I release this lever, boom, I raise them dogs up. I can pull the board right out. And just drop that back in and it catches it again.
Well, that's a nice feature.
That releases it. Boom. So if you get a board, so you got this out of the way, and that board is, if you get it over too wide or a knot comes into it on the side here, it pinches against the side and it wedges. Normally you have to shut the machine down to get that board out. So this way you just snap it into neutral, release your dogs, put it in reverse, and the board will back right out of there for you. Boom.
Nice.
Here's the controls over here. So this lever here releases the dogs. Real easy to move. Here's your hydraulic control that's locked in the drive position. Neutral. Reverse has the automatic detent on it, so you can't lock it in reverse.
Right.
It's got a flow control on it for your speed. If you want to slow it down on maximum rate, it feeds at 38 feet per minute, which is a pretty good rate. You keep 2 guys pretty busy. There's our hydraulic tank. It's got an easy access cover on it. There's a safety pin here. Take that out. Raise this right up. Lock in our safety pin so wind don't blow it down on your head. Now we're inside of it. There's the 2 saws. Can you push that crank and turn it? I'm going to have Aya turn the handle so we can see the saws move.
Okay.
Nope. Push the handle in and turn the saws. Let me show you. I got to show her how to do it first. Push in that and turn it. I want you to show the saws moving.
Okay.
Go right up to the saws.
Okay.
There we go. Push right down so they can see it. The accurate cut, so you can set that every 1/4 inch.
It looks like it moves pretty smooth too.
It moves real smooth. That's run off a roller chain down underneath. You can see it here.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
There's roller bearings over there Yeah, ball bearings over there on the side for that, and then there's two here that it slides on that shaft. And here's the blades, and they're a split blade. If you can see them, I think you can see the split in it.
Yep, I
Yeah,
can see
there it
them.
is. So that's got the 4 bolts, takes that right off. You can change blades if they get dull. Them are carbide tip. You can edge probably, mine, I get about 10 to 12,000 feet out of a set of blades before I change them. That's averaging 2-inch and 1-inch together. So they got a pretty good long life to them. Everything else is chain drive off the hydraulic motors. Well built, solid machine.
Now that split blade is so you can change those blades quickly, correct?
Correct. Yep. It's always good to have a set on hand, if you got an edger.
Right.
And, you've worked in the big mills before. You know how much production you pick up with the edger. You got an edger behind the saw. It really picks up the speed of sawing because you add 30 to 50%, depends on what you're cutting.
Well, every Sawyer's dream is to cut flitches.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Now here's another good feature I want to show you is the pass back. When you're edging lumber, you never get it right every time the first time. So when you're sending the board back, it's got a roller on top. Rolls over easy, and then this bar here is a strong bar reinforced. The board sits on there if the guy feeding it isn't ready for it yet.
Nice.
And it's got a roller table coming out. So the boards come out nice and smooth, roll right out nice. It's got a divider on this side here on your fixed blade. So it keeps the edge of your flitch away from the saw blade when it's coming out, doesn't pinch. Everything's guarded well.
How do you feel about running a board through it, John?
Well, I guess I could. I can make a cut here and make a couple of batting strips. How's that? I don't have
That
any.
sounds good.
I don't have any fresh cut fletches yet. But
Well, that one board you got there will work.
yeah, I'll send it through. I wanted to show this other scale up here too. Pretty important too when you're setting up. So you can set your board down there too, but when you're doing your setup for the board coming in the edger, you can spot it right here on this scale. So if you can throw your board up here and see where it comes on your scale. So your bottom scale showing me right here, that's going to be like an 8-inch board.
Okay.
So when you're standing back at the other end, you're going to look at it. Say, yep,
Right.
I'm setting 8 inches and go. And trim it down. So that's handy. And then the scale on top goes from the other side. So if you want to edge off of the edge of this side of the edger, you can also edge off of that as well. So a couple different sides you can edge off and then set it up. It works both ways, which is a good handy feature sometimes. So when this handle here is all the way back out of the way, it cuts, I think it's 3 inches or 3.5 inches on that side.
Okay.
So if you wanted to set 3.5-inch batting strips and you had, boards cut like this, you can send the board 2 on each side and keep the guy on the other end really running. If you got wide fletches, he's going to be getting bombarded back there with boards. He won't be able to handle them fast enough. Just one of them features.
Everybody laughs about abusing the tail man.
Oh yeah, I know. Until you're the tail man.
Right.
So there's an indicator right here. Can you push that and turn it? Just push that crank and turn it. Push it in. See that dial there? So you can set your board width right there too if you want. So you can set it at both ends.
I see.
You see your numbers. Put it that way. So that's another good handy feature on it.
Kind of just double checks what you're doing at the other end.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and if you want to make a quick change, you can change it here quick while your board's over the numbers. Say you decide, oh shoot, I want to make that board a little narrower. You can make it, pull this right on your dial down there. You know, you set it here, but then you could say, oh, I'll come down here and just move it in 2 inches. Boom, like 6 inch. You don't have to pull your board back out.
No, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
a nice looking edger.
Yeah, it's good and solid, no doubt.
How thick of
So-
a board can I do, John?
It'll do up. We recommend 23 inches. That keeps you out of the pinching factor. So you do 23-inch board, you get a 17-inch finish cut out of it. If you set it for its widest width.
Gotcha.
So that would be taking bark off of both sides of the board.
How thick did it cut?
It'll cut up to 2 inches, 2 1/4.
2 1/4.
So I'm going to fire it up here.
Okay. If anybody that's watching has any questions about this edger, now would be a good time to ask.
Yeah, certainly ask. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions.
You guys that just joined us on here, say hello. Let us know where you're from.
That's pretty fine.
Hey, John, is there a laser on it or not? Is there an option for laser?
He probably can't hear you with that thing running.
Tim's feeling good, Bear Ridge. He's doing all right. Wow, look at that. That's smooth, too. That's
It was
nice.
real noisy, huh?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if there's a laser option for it.
No, but it wouldn't be hard to add one to it. They're just expensive, you know. It's if we wanted to add a laser, you could add it on. I don't see why not. They stay over there.
You think that 14 horse would go through an oak or a harder lumber than pine?
Well, if I was a salesman, I'd recommend upgrading it to a 16 if you're going to do a lot of oak.
Okay.
That'd be my recommendation right off the top.
How big of
And
a
you-
motor can they go, Rick?
You could probably go up to a 23 on this if you wanted to. It's the same bolt pattern.
Nice.
Okay.
But that's an upgrade. We haven't even tried one yet. There's a 14 runs it pretty fine, but I got a 16 on mine. It's pretty much identical to this, only mine's not hydraulic drive.
Well, that's about half the size of the edger I had years ago and a heck of a lot smoother.
Yeah. Did you ever run a bell saw edger, Rick?
No, it wasn't a bell saw. I think it was actually one somebody built. I bought it at an auction. It worked good.
Right?
It was a pain in the neck to change the blades on it.
Yeah, because you always had to take the arbor out.
Right.
The blades off the arbor.
Yeah, I like that split blade option. That would have been nice.
Yep.
That was the problem with the wood-mizer.
What's that? The solid blade?
Solid blades, you have to take the shaft out and everything.
Yeah.
Now, how old is your edger you have, Steve?
I sold mine. I didn't have it 6 months. I sold it.
I think Kilted Sawyer just got a new edger. Does it have split blades on it or a solid blade, Craig?
I thought they were split now.
They might be split now. But
Yeah, I'm thinking they might have.
I bought mine in 22, and it had the shaft blades, a straight blade. It was a pain. They would clog up. The shaft wouldn't slide back and forwards. It was a manual slide. It was the EG 100 twin blade edger.
Got that little one, the portable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had a 14 horsepower. I mean, it did good, but just it jammed up all the time with the blade. You couldn't move them back and forwards. The cable broke, and I just had too much. I just had too much problems with it.
Yeah.
Craig said at the wood-mizer are one piece.
Yep, that's what mine was. They would
Huh.
jam up on the shaft when you switch from 2-inch to a 3-inch or a 4-inch board. They wouldn't slide back and forth across the shaft because you had a manual handle that goes over top the motor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. That was a poor design to me.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with this edger right here. It looked like it was working nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Machine.
Yeah, it runs smooth. I used to have a Cornell in my big mill, my circle mill, but I took it out because it got too dangerous. It was throwing teeth, and I had to like you say, changing the blades was
Pain.
a 2-day. It was a 2-day project.
Yep, that's what this was. Only thing nice about it, the table was belt driven.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Get that in an electric model.
Now you can get that in electric model too, right, John?
Yep. You can get an electric. Yep. Which is nice for a wood shop or something. If you want to rip a lot of stuff down, you're making steaks. See here, I made a bunch of steaks out of just some shorts, 2-inch. We were edging up some 2x6s. I said, I'll take them shorts and make some steaks out of them. So that's where you make your money at the sawmill, saving all that stuff like that and putting it out in another product. You know,
Now, Hudson also sells a steak sharpener, correct?
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, that's the video I seen John in right there, a steak sharpener.
Steak sharpener.
Yep.
I would have never thought there was a market in steaks, but I was talking to John there when we were up at Hudson, and I couldn't believe there was that big a market in steaks, but there is.
Ace
I was
Hardware
surprised.
is always looking for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm told is even construction companies looking for them for putting
Grades.
those things up on the road that hold the mud back.
Yeah, the barrier stakes and the grade stakes.
Yeah.
Great steaks. Yep. And landscapers use them a lot for trees. That's where I sold a lot of them too. The 6-footers for tree stakes.
Yep.
All right. So, John, if I stop by Monday with my trailer, bring it home for a demo?
Absolutely.
Get a deal out of it.
Somebody
Come
must
on,
have-
Paul.
Paul's starting to sound like Wilson.
We'll put another log here on the sawmill and fire it up, saw it up, and edge some boards with it. We make all of our pallet wood here, so it's no lack of sawing to do here.
I also heard through the grapevine that we might have a chainsaw carver in the midst too. So if anybody has any questions on carving with a chainsaw, feel free to ask it.
You gonna put her on the spot, Rick?
Yeah, I think we can get an answer.
On the electric motor, is that 220?
Yeah, it's 220. Yep. If you needed 3-phase, I'm sure we could order 3-phase for you.
Does John think that edger would go through black focus, right?
He said it'd go through oak, but he'd have to upgrade the motor. That's truly a nice machine.
Yeah, like you said, if the guy that asked about doing oak, I would definitely go with a 16 horse. That's what I run on mine, and it's plenty for anything because I edge a lot of oak over there too.
You have one of these at home, John?
I got the older model, the one that's not hydraulic, the one we used to build years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to this, it's exactly basically the same size, kind of the same frame layout, but this has a lot better features on it, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Okay, so one of the guys that's on here sent a picture of the wood-mizer edger, and I guess they do have it fixed now where it's easier to change the blades. The
Yeah.
blades sit on the end of the arbors.
Uh-huh.
So I guess they did upgrade it from the time you had one there, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was a 2022 model.
I like that. I like that release for the anti-kickbacks. That's nice.
Yeah, you don't see that on many edgers at all. I don't think I've ever seen it on any. Only the Cornell, you could have a foot peg you can step on. That was
Yeah.
when it would only release them if you were doing 4-inch stuff, though. Anything under 4-inch, it wouldn't release them.
That's a nice machine.
Looks like it's well built.
All right, guys, we're open for questions. Anybody wants to ask a question about anything at all? Throw it out there. Hey, Joe, how you doing? I'm glad you can make it. Joe Main is with us from Georgia. Joe Main's the blade guy, saw blade guy. If guys got any questions on saw blades, it'd be a good night for asking those too. So the rollers that pull that through, are they rubber, John?
No, they're steel, and they got a groove in them. You can see that they're grooved.
Okay, yep, I see it now. It looked like they were rubber.
No, these top rollers, these are gravity, but they're heavy.
Right.
They hold the board down pretty good, pinching on that roller.
Like the wood chips don't get in there and clog it all up.
The sawdust falls out of the bottom, right?
Yep, correct.
All right, the feed rate is 38 feet per minute,
Yep.
and you can slow the feed rate down, correct?
Yes. So if you were doing 2-inch wood, you could slow the feed rate down so it wouldn't bog it down too much at the end of 14. That's a good, that's another good feature.
What does that run, Rick?
So top speed is 38 feet a minute, and you can slow it down. Somebody's asking what the feed rate is, and then somebody else asked if it was adjustable. So yes, it is, and 38 feet a second is wide open.
38 feet a
Or
minute.
38 feet a minute. I'm sorry, we're not shooting a rifle here.
38 feet a second. You better have 3 guys on the other end catch me.
You're gonna kill the first 2.
We go through tailman something wicked. I don't know why. They get impaled on the other side.
That'd be a powerful motor if you put a 23 on it.
I don't think you'd ever need a 23 on a 16. Like I said, would be plenty.
Yeah.
How's production on these, John? Is there a delay?
Well, this one here is ready to go. We got another one that's in paint right now. Ready. It'll be ready next week by the end of the week.
Oh, that's one's got Paul's name on it.
I guess if he comes down, puts his name on it, it'll be his.
Well, how much are they?
Honestly, I don't have the price with me. Better call Mike on that one.
You can look it up on.
I think it's on the website.
Look it up on the Hudson website.
I think it's $15,999.
Yeah, I think it's 15,000 something. It's right up there with wood-mizer's big edger, basically same price range. But that's what it costs to build them and produce them. A good solid machine.
Yes, and nothing's cheap anymore.
No.
Just the metal alone.
Well, you got a lot of machine work in this thing. There's a lot of machine.
Yeah.
Got all the rollers out and blast out all our other parts and grind them all down to get them right. There's a lot of work to them. Hey,
Now you are
all hands up right here at Hudson.
you're at Hudson right now, correct?
Yep. I'm right out here at there's the test area.
Looks like a lot of thought went into it.
Absolutely. Our team, everybody put their effort into it. Yeah.
Yeah, American made. You don't find many products American made anymore.
Nope.
I think there's only a few sawmills that's made right here in America. All right, guys, we're open for questions. Anybody have any questions on anything? Throw it out there. So I was having a thought, guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chris is here, up from my nap. Chris, you want to join us when you get a chance? We'll pop you on here for a while. So
He has a shirt
I
on
had
this time.
I had a thought, guys, and I kind of maybe a cruel thought, but not too awful cruel. Everybody gets negative comments on their face or their YouTube channel. Whether no matter what you're doing, it seems like you always get one or two negative comments. What do you think about taking your very worst comment you get for the month, and when we do these lives, we put each one of us put the worst comment we got of the month, and let the audience vote on which comment is the actual worst. What do you think, John?
It sounds like a good idea to me.
I think we could have some fun with it.
I do too.
I mean, we get a lot of great interaction from the people that follow us, but every once in a while somebody puts out a worthless comment. I mean, it's totally worthless. It doesn't add any value whatsoever to the video or the channel. But I think we could each pick out one comment a month and then highlight it on here and let the audience vote on which one is the absolute worst. I think
Everybody loves me. I don't get any bad comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. When's the last time I've been on that channel?
Well, if it helps out, John, I'll take up a different identity on YouTube and I'll give you some.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
Yeah. We'll send you
Somebody
one.
And I won't even feel bad about it.
I know that's right.
Oh, I see. Sawbuck said there's a guy from Blacktail Studio does that along with his response on YouTube. I think it's a great idea because it gets frustrating sometimes, and it'd just be a way to have some fun with it. You know what I mean? Almost make you look forward for the comments.
Yeah. Make you read all of them.
Do they all post on public?
The comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on public.
Yeah. Okay. You know how good I am at this stuff, Rick.
Sometimes you just hide them instead of trying. I try to politely make them feel bad, but it doesn't always work.
Right.
YouTube will stop, the cursing and stuff like that automatically. If they're
Yeah.
cursing at you.
Sure.
Not that anybody's ever cursing at me.
I can't imagine they would, John.
No, that's it's a lot of fun though. I mean, I have fun with even the negative comments. You just can't let them bother you,
Yeah, you could have fun with them, but this would even make it more fun. It would make it actually make it almost worthwhile to get them.
Well, maybe you'll get some that just throw them out there to see what you'll say too.
That's true. Well, we get some pretty outrageous comments, and I don't know. I've been doing this an awful long time, and when somebody tells me I'm doing something wrong, sometimes maybe I am because I've developed bad habits, but other times they don't even know what they're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, but you started wearing chaps now.
Yeah, I'm wearing chaps, but that wasn't anything to do with comments.
Wilson got him started on that.
Well, I got an influencer sitting at home like the one that saw the birdhouses being built, Andy. Now I got bluebird boxes in the backyard. And I
Are
come
there
home,
bluebirds in them?
I wear the chainsaw Carhartts, the ones that got the double sawn fronts. And I come home with a set that I hit with the chainsaw, and she thought chaps would be a good idea.
Chris has got a question, right?
Go ahead, Chris. Let's see. Pop it up there, Tim.
Oh, sorry.
All right, Chris has got a question. Where do you all get your blade sharpened? You've seen my comments and troubles with dealing with that issue. Well, Chris, I get my blade sharpened right downstairs in the basement.
I get mine sharpened in the garage. I got mine sharpened.
Take ours out to the old man and saw.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah, we just seen that video.
I take mine to Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson doesn't.
And I sharpened my own.
Oh,
Hudson does sharpen them though, correct?
Yeah, they do. Yep.
Now they still use a cat claw sharpener.
They got an automatic sharpener and setter down there. I'm not sure what make it is.
Does the blade roll vertical instead of horizontal?
It rolls horizontal, I think.
Okay. Yeah, the cat claw sharpener, they used to have one of those. I love that thing.
Uh-huh.
The blade travels vertical. Travels
what
up
I
in
got.
the air.
I got the cat claw sharpener and setter.
How do you like that?
I love it.
Do you?
Yep. You can run
I
some
think
blades.
I think Hudson used to sell the cat claw sharpeners.
Probably did. Yeah.
I mean that thing, you don't have to have the oil base. You don't have none of that. It runs so smooth. You just set it and let it go.
Well, I got the Hudson sharpener with the contour wheel on it. I love that thing.
I looked at the wood-mizer, the B250, whatever, the MB250, whatever, but they take the oil base and all that. I didn't want to deal with all that. And I think
oil in the wood-mizer has a nice smell to it too.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, Paul, after you got your blade sharpened, Paul, did one of them chase you across the yard by any chance?
Yeah, it caught me a couple of scrapes.
Uh-oh.
We'll see him.
Does he got the two-setter too?
He does the Cook's one.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got the Cook's dual two-setter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing's fast too. That's the problem. You find people that sharpen them and nobody sets them.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I get a lot of calls here at that.
Yep.
You know, I set my blades out, they sharpen them. I said, well, it don't sound like they put any set in them.
Before I bought mine, I was trying to find. I took mine all the way to Richmond, which is about 50 miles from here, and had a guy sharpen them, got them all back, and they cut worse than what I did when I took them there.
Yeah.
And then I called and we don't set teeth. Oh, that's great.
They both start to sharpen them.
Yeah, worthless.
Huh?
I even set the teeth on the new ones when I get them.
Chris is asking about it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I've found a bunch of brand new ones out of set. So now I do all the new ones. I reset the teeth on them.
Yeah, I've noticed that in shipping blades sometimes when they handle them so rough in the UPS or wherever,
Yep.
and when they throw them blades around, that ring that's around the blades will knock the set off of a few teeth.
Yep. Yeah, I've got
Now-
a bent.
Now, Chris is asking about the Woodland Mills sharpener. John, you got one of those, correct?
Yep, I got the Woodland Mills. I have no problems with it. Everybody says it's slow, and it's 23 minutes to sharpen a blade, on that. But it takes me 3 minutes to walk into the garage, set the blade, put it on the sharpener, and then I walk out with the sharp one, and I let it go for 23 minutes, and walk back in, and it's shut off, and you got a sharp blade. So I love the Woodland Mills, and the grinding blades are cheap. It's $20 for two of them. You have to buy two at a time or something, And I just like, what I like about it is you don't have to have it set at 7. You don't have to have it set at 10. You don't have to have it set at, any of the standard blades. You can sharpen it to your own angle. Like right now I'm sharpening mine to 8.5 degree blades instead of 10. And I enjoy that so much, playing with, what angle I want on the blade and what set I want on the blade. And I can do that with the Woodland Mills. That's what I like about it.
Right.
Now, do you think you could adapt a contour blade to the Woodland Mills, John, or not?
I don't know. What do you mean with a contour blade?
Like
what?
What do they call it? CMB wheel? CN? What do they call that wheel,
Oh.
John?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know my Hudson sharpener. I love it. I just barely touch the blade because it sharpens the back, the front, and the gullet and everything at once. And I just barely touch the blade when I sharpen them. But I don't have to set my teeth for like 4 sharpenings sometimes before they're out of set.
With pine, I can go, I can skip a set for sure. But a lot of times with oak or even cherry, I go ahead and set mine every time.
Now we got one guy there, John. If you look at the screen, John Faber.
Oh,
Yeah.
This guy's interested in a Hudson mill. He wants one on a trailer.
Yeah, we have trailer mills. 528, 330, 336s. Absolutely.
Now 330 is the one that Tim just bought.
Right. That's a nice trailer mill.
That's available on a trailer.
Chris is always saying you need
Yeah.
wide-
I mean, the Farm Boss is like a 336, only it's built heavy duty. It's got a heavier mill frame and all that. That's why we call it the Farm Boss, because it's one we used to sell to a lot of farmers. Takes a real beating.
So did Lowe's.
Yeah, the 330, 336, the HFE 30, they all cut 32 inches. I can get 33 on mine. Wide,
Yep.
correct?
Correct. Yep. HFE 32.
Well,
Right. Well, my HFE 30, I can slide the outboard guide back further than Tim can slide it back on his 30, on his 30 Pro.
Uh-huh.
The nature of the frame, I have more room than he does for some reason.
How wide can Tim cut on his now?
He can go 32 inches. We know that. You can, if you had to, take the guide out of the outboard side, and you could probably go 34 inches.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've taken both off my 52 before to make a cut. Yeah, I gained 4 inches. Without the guides on, just take it real easy. I don't need the guide. If the blade is sharp, the guide is only a guide. It's not holding that blade on them wheels.
Nope.
Now, how wide can the 52 cut?
48 inches between the guides.
and if you took the guides off, 44.
Right.
That's a big mill.
Yep.
Do they make them any wider?
Do they make
We
a
make-
bigger one than the 52?
We make an Oscar 60. Yes. Yep.
Holy cow.
Now the 52, does that run 1.25 inch blade, or does that run 1.5 inch wide blade?
You can run both on it. I've run both on mine, but it's preferably the inch and a half.
What motor are you running?
I'm running a 23 horse, and I don't run it at full RPM either. I run it down about 2,800 RPMs.
All right.
And it seems to be the sweetest cut and spot speed for that mill. I don't know why, but you rev it up, you still cut with it, but it doesn't seem to
Loses torque.
improve the cuts or gain a lot, you know.
Now you use that mill up at Paul and Andy's, right, to cut up walnut?
No, that was a brand new one up there. I took a demo.
Oh,
Yeah. That was a brand new one on the trailer.
but that was a 52.
Correct. Yep.
So you can actually see a video of the 52 on Paul and Andy's channel
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
That's some heavy boards.
Yeah. That's the one I take down to Louisiana and saw that big cypress with when I go down there. I put it on a trailer, haul it down there, take it down the river, and saw that big cypress up and bring them back north. I got a barn full of it.
You actually load it on a boat?
Absolutely. Put it on a barge, float it down the river 7 miles.
And you saw on the barge?
No, we take it off, put it on land. Yep. We got one shipping down there here shortly. It's all built, ready to go.
You should do some video of that, John. That'd be cool.
My son's put video on Facebook or whatever he puts it on. He does some pretty good videos of us.
I'd like to see you do some sawing on the barge itself.
Well, that's what Shelby down there, the Axeman. Slot blogger.
That would have to be absolutely cool.
Yeah, I'll take some videos when I'm down there and send them to you. I'm heading down there to deliver that mill.
Yeah, we'll stick them on our channel if you want.
What's that?
We would stick them on our channel if you want.
Yeah,
Get them out there, or just watch them. It's up to him.
right. No, when I get down there, I'll definitely take some videos because I got to train them how to saw with it. So
Yeah, Chris is looking for a mill that'll cut higher than 30 inches. So the 330 Pro or the 336 would fit his needs, and they'd come on a trailer, correct?
yep.
There's 36 right there.
Yep. There you go, Chris. There's a 36 right there, but it's not on the trailer.
Can you add hydraulics to them on the trailer?
Paul's ready for hydraulics. He's done with that.
Well, if you want hydraulics on the trailer, you got to get the H360.
My back's been sore lately.
You see, the scale stick is set up for a trailer unit. See how it's see how we got our scale stick here?
Right.
So when you put it on the ground, you flip this over. You take this rod out, flip it over, and then that brings it up to the one here. This is dropped down here. See that slot in the scale bar?
Right.
So you drop that down so when you're on a trailer, you can see the scale board and not have to have a booster.
Yeah, we noticed
If you're
that
on
on
the ground, you raise it up.
We noticed that
fairly-
one on Tim's. Tim's got that on his
Yeah,
one.
the 30. Yep. The 528's like that too.
The mill that Tim just bought is really a nice mill. He enjoys it.
Yeah. He's got the 23 on that too, right?
Yes, he's got
Yep.
the 23 on that. He made me jealous. I had to go and get one for mine. 23.
Oh, so now we know what yours is.
What are you thinking, Paul?
You had to get a kid. Could have let him have a bigger one, huh? The old brother had to have a bigger one, or same size.
Well, I had to spend the money before I retire completely. I just didn't want to drop the hammer. I tried everything I could to get around it, but you just can't. Not if you want to run with the big boys. You still own your circle mill, right, John?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of nice big spruce today. They were like 30-inch on the stump. They came out beautiful. I made 2x12s out of them.
What do you have for a circle mill?
That's a Ireland number 7 with a Detroit on it. That's the 470.
353?
The 471.
471.
Yeah.
Can you still
Yeah,
get
that's
parts?
a nice mill. What's
Can you
that?
still get- Can you still get parts for those old Detroits?
Oh yeah, you can get them online. They're all over the place.
Huh.
So certain parts are kind of tricky to get, but take good care of them and shit. They'll last you damn near a lifetime.
Yeah, they're good engines.
They're a little bit greasy, but they'll run forever.
It's rust
Well,
proofing.
it keeps the grass from growing underneath them.
Yeah.
I had a 290. I had a 290 Cummins on mine.
Yeah. We got a Cummings on the other sawmill, the one my father and I built.
Yeah.
That's 100 horse. We bought that one brand new right out of the crate. That's still a good motor too.
Yeah, they were great. The one I had was a great motor.
Yeah. That's when they were built in Ohio. I don't know if yours was or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it was built. It came out of a truck. I know somebody that works on trucks for a living.
Do you?
Fell off the back of the truck.
Sorry, dude, you need a new motor for your truck.
Right.
So, John, what have you been up to, John Davidson? What have you been up to? We don't see many videos.
I got them. I went on vacation for a week. Don't tell anybody. I took
How
the week
dare
off.
you?
I just got back.
How you spell
And
that?
then I was down there. I was down there spying on Steve in Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm coming up to New York on the 5th of July. I'll be back in New York for 2 weeks vacation. So I've just been on vacation, and I had one that was coming out, but it just didn't make it.
Huh.
I tried to put out the one about the killing the stumps with the Tordon,
Yeah.
but I forgot to put in there that this isn't real Tordon. This is just fake Tordon, so that YouTube didn't, ban me or something.
Mhm.
So I had to go back in and make another film of that. This is just fake Tordon. It's not real. So
I saw the
Last
mini
year,
excavator leaving. Are you getting one back sometime for more ditch digging?
huh?
I saw the mini excavator leaving on one of your shorts. I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you getting it again next year or for more ditch digging?
I don't know. He took it back. It's his. It's the farmer's excavator, and he just uses it all year long to fix tile and dig, his ditches and do all his work. So I probably won't see it till maybe fall after he picks the beans, But and then that's the other thing. I mean, we didn't get our beans in till
Ask Paul
you know,
about Gordon's
just a
tractor.
couple days ago. We finally got the beans in, and that was about a month late almost. So been doing that, and it's just been rough. I'm lucky to get a short out every day, now.
You're about like me.
Man, it's bad. It's too much work for me. Doing this just for fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of work.
But every time I got's a weekend, and that's rough.
Yeah.
Have you been doing a lot of sawing, Steve, or just most of the automotive shop?
Most of the last 30 days, my automotive shop. Well, I just did some sawing yesterday and today. I did a white oak, 34-inch wide slabs, 2.5 inches thick, 10-foot long.
Nice.
That's some weight.
Who helps you
saying-
carry those?
The TYM tractor, and a guy come to pick him up in a Tundra.
Oh boy.
He got 4 slabs in the back of it before she almost hit the ground.
No, wait a minute. I got to tell you right now, we've sold slabs that were 18 inches wide by 2 inches thick and had people come pick them up in a minivan.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I had a guy bring me a mantle today. It's 12 foot long, 21 inches wide, and 8 or 9 inches thick. White oak.
Nice.
Man,
We cut it in half because he said he couldn't lift it to put it up.
you know, we get people asking about they want a hardwood for a bar, but they want like, do you have something that's 32 inches wide by 4 or
Yeah.
5 inches thick? Even if we had something like that, how are you going to pick it up?
Yep.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
do a lot of mantles, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe the people the size of mantles they want. You just look at them and like, who's putting this up? On my carpenter, he can handle it. Okay. Well, I don't want to see him. He's a big boy if he's handling that.
Looks like Chris lost his motor, Rick.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Chris's motor blew up on him. He lost the top end.
Hmm.
That's a Kohler, I think, isn't it, Chris? Don't you have
Yeah,
a
he's
Kohler?
got a Kohler. He's got a Kohler. I don't know what size he's got, but it's a Kohler. He's been having trouble with it.
I want to throw a quick question out there to the audience. Quite a few people viewing from X. I don't know if you're viewing from X, if you can leave a comment on here, or do you only through YouTube? If you're watching us through X, leave a comment. Let us know that you can leave comments.
Chris got
They should be able to. You should be able to see him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they can or not.
25 horsepower. He's got the Kohler 25. I thought he did.
He's got the wood-mizer, don't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
1982.
Yeah, I think he's got a 1982
Yeah. Okay.
wood-mizer.
If I remember right, this is the second or third engine.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people blame whatever whatever Hudson Mills, whatever engine Hudson Mills puts on theirs, or whatever engine wood-mizer puts on theirs. You know, that's not Hudson Mills making that engine, and that's not wood-mizer making that engine. That's, you know, anything you
Absolutely.
blame there got to go to the engine company.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, we get blamed for it, but we just direct them right over to warranty for the engine. So as long as it's under warranty, Briggs has always been good to us. So
Yeah, love it,
I
big.
can,
Yeah, well-
I can say that.
Well, Kohler was under warranty. They were good. You know, they were good about it. They just replaced it.
Can John show us the stake sharpener, Rick, or not? You think?
so how far away are you from the stake sharpener, John?
That's in the warehouse there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all locked up, but I could get in there, but I don't
yeah,
feel like.
that's all right. We're just curious.
Yeah. If I would have known I was doing it, I could have been set up for you.
Oh, that was a good video. You can go see that on their YouTube page. That
Yeah,
was a good video about that stake sharpener.
you can make steaks fast with that thing. That's the best thing about it, and all sizes too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a big job to change sizes.
Tell John we
Big.
plan coming up and do another tour again, right?
Yeah. Tim and I are planning on another visit sometime soon, John.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to
steak
come up.
supper.
I'd like to come up and spend the day with you and try to destroy a mill.
Well, about any day of the week, as long as it's Monday through Thursday. We're usually testing something. It ain't sawmills, it's processors or wood splitters or something.
Something, right?
Yeah, you got to test everything.
What a great job that would be.
Well,
Come up-
I like
come
what
up-
I do. I
come up
love
with-
strong lumber. So
Come up with a design, let engineering put it together, and then see if you could find the flaws in it.
yeah, better to find them here than out in the field because it's a lot easier to foresee anything. And for all the warranty calls I take throughout the last few years, and I've been doing it, and the warranty calls have really not been at all. I mean, if it's a half of 1% of what we sell, that would be a lot. I don't even think it's that. It's just fractional, honestly. So we got a good quality mill that we put out in our processors and splitters and everything. No doubt, the quality's built in it with our workers. They take a lot of pride in their work as well. If something comes back to Hudson, it's going to end up coming back to the guy that welded it, if it's a weld or whatever, because we're tracking all that. And the guy puts pride in his work, he's going to like it,
Right.
We don't want it to leave here with a flaw in it. So we definitely look for it. I can say that.
Well,
If
I
something
can, I
slips
can,
by, stuff happens,
I can attest that anytime I've ever had a problem, you guys are right on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a bearing go out of mine, and you had the bearing to me almost, and I think it was the next day.
Yeah, if you file a warranty claim over the internet, it comes in quick. I can settle it right out fast if it's done and out.
That's
We
the
don't want
main,
to hold a guy up from making his living. And I know what it's like because I live on the other end of that spectrum,
Right. Right.
and that's the main thing too, customer service.
Yeah. Well, I take a lot of calls here on the weekends too. I took calls today from Hudson. I don't mind, giving my cell number out. It's just customers are broke down, I can help them out. I can get them back up before the weekend's over. That means a lot. I don't know if you can do that with wood-mizer or not, but I know I've been offering it here, and it works out good. And it shows that we respect the customers and they're making a living with our equipment.
Well, I know I looked at a lot of mills before I bought a band mill, and from the minute I walked into Hudson, it was like I was treated like I belonged there. It was just unreal.
I was treated like that too.
Everybody
I
I
was treated
dealt with was just so friendly and so helpful.
I was treated like that too when I bought my brand new Norwood until after I paid for it and it was all over with.
I've heard that before.
They're terrible. I've been in business for 40 years. I ain't never dealt with it. I deal with a lot of warehouses, a lot of stuff, but never in my mind have I ever dealt with somebody that bad.
I've heard some stories about Norwood, but I couldn't tell you how true they were.
I can vouch for a lot of them. I mean, I went around and around with them every time I called them. Their technician would call you back 3 days later and ask you what your problem. You still had the problem. No, it fixed itself.
I tried to get a light kit from Norwood that they put on their mills. And if you don't have one of the mills, they won't sell you a simple little light kit if you don't have Norwood.
They won't even sell you nothing if you ain't got one of their mills.
Yeah.
And it's a total sales pitch where you build this as you go or add to it as you go. It don't work.
Mm.
You have to add exactly what they want you to add. Because if you
Right.
don't add what they want you to add, you ain't building it. I went through all that and then finally ended up just selling it. I got tired of dealing with them.
So you stuck somebody else with it.
I warned him ahead of time. I told him all about them. I mean, they were just terrible people. Anything that broke, you had to send it in. They had to dissect it to find out if they would warranty it. Even a cable.
Huh.
So I just
don't
went
know.
ahead and made.
Is Joe Maine still on there?
Is Joe Maine still with us? If you are, Joe, just say I'm here. Now, John Davidson, you have a farm, correct?
Yep, correct.
Do you farm it or do you lease out the fields?
I lease out the fields, basically cash rent.
I was thinking you got an awful lot of time on your hands for being a farmer.
No, I don't actually farm it. But there's still a lot of, maintaining it. The trees are growing up in it every year. The ditches need cleaned out. The roadside needs mowed. There's a lot of maintaining that just goes on.
Right.
It's got a big creek that runs through it. And there's a lot of fishing that needs to happen, in that creek. There's river otters in it this year. I got like 5 river otters, so I got to take care of them somehow. Make sure they're not some kind of endangered species in Illinois before I trap them. I think there's a season. But there's just always something else. There's woods. There's a wooded area that I'd like to maintain and get under control. I have one of the little wooded areas under control. It's full of all walnut and wild cherry and a few white oak, and it's under control. But the one in the back, the big one in the back, has just got sassafras everywhere and hackberry and just species that you don't want in there,
Yeah.
So there's a lot to maintaining that. And just like everything else, when everybody knows, when you're filming, that's what you're doing.
Right.
To make a film of me maintaining the woods, is an all-day job, and I get 6 trees cut down and maintaining the woods, or I could just go maintain the woods. I can do one or the other.
Yeah, it's hard to film and maintain stuff.
Yeah, it was just like I tried filming that portable job. I haven't even put that video out yet, but you can't film a portable. I don't know how. I guess the old Jarhead did it when he did a voiceover of those portable jobs. And Steve had somebody else running the camera when you did that portable job. So that was nice.
They only did it for the first log, and after that they put the camera down. The rest I just put it on a tripod and just let it go. Right.
That's what I did. I put it on a tripod and let it go, and you're like, well, that doesn't make for a very exciting video,
No.
But you can't be videoing while you're out there working on a portable job, and they're paying you to work.
That's what I look at. That's why I do a lot of portable job. I don't video because they're paying me $100 an hour to sit there and play with a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't even take it out. I'd hand it to them and ask them if they want to record. If they don't want to record, I just don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah, when we put out an 18-minute video of us working up in the woods, it takes all day to do what we did in the woods, and you only get an 18-minute video out of it. It's unreal.
Just a half a day recording.
Yeah.
Moving the camera around.
I remember I took me like 2 or 3 days to split that big black oak log in half.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was somebody said, man, you gotta cut that down to like a 7-minute video. And I was just like, man, you're gonna kiss my butt, because I worked for 3 days on that log. I said, and you're gonna see hours of that shit, whether you want to see it or not, because that's
Well, the one I just did, the white oak I did, is 10 foot, and it's a 3-way crotch. I cut 2.5-inch slabs, 10 foot long, 34-inch wide slabs out of it, but it took me like 6 hours. That thing popped me off every bend of the way. Blade stuck 3 times.
Yep.
chainsaw. So you'll get a 6-minute video out of it that looks really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like you went right on through it, no problem.
John Faber, in your personal arsenal, you don't have a planer that cuts log siding, do you?
No, I don't. I got a 20-inch, 24-inch planer. That's the ones I got, flat, one surface.
I had the opportunity years ago to buy a planer at an auction that did log siding. I wish I had them, because I tell you, that stuff sells like gold if you have a planer that does that.
Yeah, it does. I just never had time to make that siding when I was running the mill. It was just boards and timbers going out for timber framing the houses.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you got to focus on what your actual end goal is for your market.
Yep.
I think like 20 years ago, it was bringing $1 a linear foot then. I can't imagine what it would bring now.
Yeah, it's probably 3 or 4 now, I would imagine. What the whole log used to cost.
I know. The Kilted Sawyer has a planer that does log siding. I don't know what he gets a linear foot for it.
Yeah. I know where there's a couple of them for sale. One of them's that big Pendu one. I think he's still got it. Friend of mine.
Too old now.
Yeah, I don't want nothing like that. You got to have some workers to run them things, because boy, they eat the timber.
It's looking pretty dark there, Hudson, John.
Well, it's getting dark.
It's getting dark. Probably a little chilly too, huh?
No, it ain't too bad tonight.
Chilly.
It was
Where
about
you
40 degrees this morning when we got up in Boonville.
Ooh. Where you
Got
at,
up
Joe?
like 80. Where am I at?
You're in New York.
Barneville. I live in Boonville, but the shop is in Barneville. It's about 30 miles north.
I was gonna say, you got to haul every day.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I used to drive 3 or 4 hours to work when I did road construction and bridges. So
Yeah,
Man,
I drive 55 miles one way to work. I've been doing that for 30, almost 40 years.
right, the work will come to you.
I complain about the 9 miles.
Oh, we feel sorry for you, Steve.
Yeah. Whew, 55 miles. Whew. See, y'all sell a lot of wood up there, don't you?
Who, us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sell a good share. We mostly to just crafters and stuff.
Yeah. See, that's all we can sell too. We can't sell them. We can't sell timbers with nobody around here to build with, because you're not allowed to use it.
Well, last year we got hooked into 2x6s. There was a horse farm. They ordered 300 2x6s to do fencing with.
Yeah.
And then the horse farm next to him said, "Where'd you get that lumber?" And before you know it, we cut over 3,000 2x6s last year. And this year we got to run on 4x4s and 1x8s.
Yeah. See, around here, you can only cut, just if people's using for fence boards or someone's making a slab table or something. Other than that, you can't build nothing out of it. The state won't.
Now, you could get somebody to grade it. You could.
Yeah, if you can afford it.
Are you in Georgia or are you in New York?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
Yeah, Commonwealth. They're just so strict on building around here.
Yeah, I've heard that. You got a couple of dealer down there was telling me that he's a contractor.
Yeah, so they can't use none of that stuff. It's all got to be graded.
Yeah, ours has to be graded if it's going to be a residential.
Yep.
Ours got to be graded if it's going to be an outbuilding 10 by 10.
Oh, no. See, we don't have that. If you're going to build an outhouse or a garage, as long as it's not attached to a residential, or you're going to build a sawmill shed or whatever, you can use any of my lumber.
They just passed a thing. They're getting ready to no 2x4 stick builds. It's all got to be 2x6 sticks build now.
Well, we've had that. I think we've had that here for years because of the snow load.
Yeah.
But we snow. How you spell that?
It's a 4-letter word we don't like to say.
That's what I know. That's what I tell Eric and them guys. Keep that stuff.
Actually, although I think you guys got more than we did this year.
We didn't get none.
I think like Kentucky and Tennessee and those places, they got hammered, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they got Upper State New Virginia got it, but we didn't. Down here where I'm at, we didn't. I'm in the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, we didn't get very many at all.
Next to Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Hampton, and naval bases and stuff, we didn't get nothing.
As far as grading lumber here, I think it's all up to the township. I know one township that we live close to, you can actually grade it yourself, and you just have to sign that you graded it.
Yeah, so they won't allow. This all has to be stamp graded. Yeah, they're really strict.
Yep, mine's got to be stamp graded too for residential.
Yep.
And as soon as his foot hits the ground, you owe him $1,000, and he hadn't even graded nothing
yeah.
yet.
Yep. And
Yep.
they're so picky around here that they only pick like 2 graders that they'll qualify to grade.
Yeah, and it's a
Can't
6
call a
month.
guy out of Georgia to come up here and grade because they won't accept it. They just got
And
some.
even if you could afford the $1,000 to get him to grade some lumber, or to step out, it's 6 months to a year before he'll even get out to you.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, man, that's nuts.
Yep. So we mostly just do mobile milling. The guys will build a chicken coop out of it, maybe put some fence boards up around that, and just when they get by with it. Farm tables and stuff like that.
I know a lot of people that have oak sell decking for trailers.
We can do
Yep.
that. We can do
I'm
that.
selling that now.
Yep.
That's what I've been doing for 2 or 3 days now. Trailer decking.
We have oak on our property, but it's sacred. We won't cut it down.
What
Yeah.
kind of oak is it?
We got red oak and white oak.
See, white oak around here is hard to get.
They drop acorns, and acorns bring in the wildlife, so we won't cut it down.
Yep. Around here, all the tree services won't. They use the white oak for firewood. They won't give it
Really?
up. Yeah, they won't give it up.
And that white oak needs to be cut up for boards. I know that.
Yeah.
Use it for what? What'd you say, Steve? They use it for what?
Firewood. That's what
Oh,
they survive on. That's what they
That's-
survive on in the wintertime. They sell firewood.
That just hurts me.
Oh,
I hate to see a piece of wood go for firewood.
I know.
I figured it'd go for whiskey barrels or something.
Yep.
That white oak, 2-inch white oak, 2-inch clear white oak is more than walnut is
Oh yeah.
right now.
Right here it is. Yep.
Yep.
Walnut. I got tons of walnut down there.
Yep.
Everybody wants. If I had trailer boards, I could be selling them 7 days a week, nonstop.
Yeah, I wish I had some white oak right now.
What do
You
you
can't-
cut the majority of, John Faber?
What's that?
What do you cut mostly?
I cut mostly softwood. I do some hardwoods. I got some maple custom in right now. Some hard maple I got a custom cut. But mostly spruce, hemlock, and pine. Yeah, the hardwood I cut for myself. I got cherry in the woodlot and that.
Right.
I use that for my own use in the wood shop.
We wasted a whole Saturday on hemlock. Every dang log we ran through there had the shakes. Just coming apart as it came off the mill. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the hemlock is fussy where it grows.
I see out of the woods that he had his wood graded for $1,500. They built a pavilion and it cost him $1,500 for the grading. And see, if you try to add that to something you're selling around here, you're not going to sell it.
No. You might as well go to Lowe's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yep.
might.
Yep. And he said he got them out of North Carolina, up from North Carolina, $1,500.
That's
Well,
that's
there
the
you
whole idea behind that grading thing is send them to Lowe's. They got to go to Lowe's.
Yep, it absolutely is.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Now I
that's
see I see where some sawmills saw exclusively railroad timbers.
Oh yeah.
I wish I knew somebody that bought railroad timbers in the area here because that's pretty lucrative.
There's one guy. I'm trying to think who does that constantly. Just always selling railroad timbers.
Yeah, I saw where one guy cuts like 20 timbers a day. That's all he does.
Yeah.
But it's not pine or hemlock.
No.
No, it's hardwood.
Yep.
Those crane pads are good too. There's good money in them crane pads.
Those are spruce, aren't they?
No, they use hardwood. I used to
Oh,
saw
do they
tons
really?
of them. I saw them all out of white oak and hickory.
Yep. You can sell the crap out of them down here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw them. They'd draw the logs up here and I'd saw them and they'd ship them back down south.
Yep.
We saw pads for well drillers, but they wanted spruce.
Yeah. It's because they're light. They had to handle them a lot.
Yeah.
Them crane pads are all handled by machines, so they don't care.
No. Yeah, I see the crane pads. I see when they're working on power line right of ways and stuff like that. They lay those pads down all over the place.
Yeah, miles and miles of them now. They have to use them for the DEC.
Out of the woods. You read that about the oak and it. See, he's right up the road from me.
Yep.
Our oaks will cost you your breath and heartbeat. Yeah, you just can't afford it. Red oak you can get all day long. They'll drop that stuff off all day long. They just won't drop no white oak off. I got
Yeah.
tons of oak.
It's not that white oak's not that much better than red oak for firewood.
No, they just don't like red.
No.
They love white oak.
I think the white oak is easy to split.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
And then you have a lot of customers. I mean, they're true blue white oak burners only.
Wow.
They won't mix any other wood or look. They're not from the country. They're city slickers. They breed what the woodman's those fireplace store told them. Only burn white oak in there. That's a white oak fireplace.
Hey, John, does Hudson have a cookie cutter attachment for their mills?
Yeah, we do. We got it. We just developed it for the 528. So that's available.
I thought I saw something about it.
Yeah, we got that available. We're building one for the 36s now for the 36 track.
Oh, is that a attachment?
Yeah, you just set it right in the track and you just put one bolt in it. It holds it down and go to town. Pretty
That's
sweet.
That's for dual traco, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I built one for our mills that it actually held down by the dogs, and then you use a bolt to screw it tight on the stump to cut it into cookies.
Yeah. Oh, this one we got works pretty good.
We haven't used it in a while. We used to sell a lot of cookies for weddings and stuff, but that kind of dried up.
I got to cut some cookies here too. Not looking forward to that.
How do you hold them?
Just lay it on a board and clamp it down.
Screw it down? Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Hey, Rick,
I got the heavy duty track with the 52, so if I got one that fits inside where the frame is, I can strap them right to the frame in the mill, which holds them pretty good.
No.
It's hard cutting them great big ones like that cookie because there's a lot of force.
Yeah.
It's
They're
hard ripping.
they're just probably 12, 14-inch round.
Yeah.
And it's cedar, so it won't be too bad.
John, did you see the cookies I cut?
Yep. I've seen the cookies you cut.
I cut that 34-inch round one.
Yep.
That thing was. I had to cut a hole up inside the stump and put the dog up in there and push it up against. But it worked. I mean, 34-inch round cookies.
Yep. There's a way.
Oh yeah.
And I don't do enough of them to justify having a cookie, miser or cookie cutter or any of that,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
We
Well, I
used to
was-
sell. We used to sell a lot of them for weddings. People would put them down for like steps on weddings.
Yep.
So when they were done, they just threw them away or put them on a bonfire. But we don't sell many anymore.
I used to sell them, and I just chainsaw them. I just go to the log and just cut them up with a chainsaw. They'd set them up in the middle of their whatever
I was
wedding
cool.
table or, whatever, put a candle on it.
I did these for that guy. I remember it was overseas wood. I even forget what kind of wood it was.
Oh yeah, that was different. That's a different story what you did there, Steve. That was
stuff
different.
was nice. He's got a warehouse. He's got about a 80 by 120 warehouse pump full of them cookies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
all
they
the way-
hold together? Did they crack or what?
No, he uses some kind of stuff on them. He won't tell me what it is. Not one of them cracks.
Mineral oil is what we're told.
Yeah, I don't know what he uses. He uses some good stuff on it, but he ships them overseas. And see, they get them off. They get that off. They can only get that wood off an island. There's an island. They get it. I forget the name of the wood now, but you can only get it off an island. They have to have a boat off the island, boated over to here. He gets the dogs up here, and I was cutting them up into cookies, and then he'd ship them back overseas.
We've had customers tell us to submerge them in mineral oil till they stop bubbling, and then they won't crack.
Mineral oil.
I don't know.
I have to try that.
Yeah, I'll
I
try
was
it too.
thinking out of the woods there. I thought he was doing some cookies and putting something on it that they stopped cracking. That he was buying from somebody, or that somebody was donating it to him.
Hey,
I think you got a sponsorship with one of them.
Yeah, I think that's what I think it was. We got a sponsorship with somebody.
Yeah, we had Chris on here last time talking about cutting locusts, remember?
Yep.
We told him let it dry before he cuts it.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, yeah. That's the way to cut it, ain't it? Black locust, yeah.
Yeah, let it dry.
Well, you get down to about 12 or 14%.
That's about right, yeah.
6% would be better.
Oh, yeah, 6 or 8. You're not going to get that here in Virginia outside unless you kiln dry it. 14 is about the lowest you're going to get outside drying.
I think we could freeze dry them here in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I think you still got snow in Boonville, don't you, John?
No, it melted last week. Finally.
Tells you.
We did have frost a couple weeks ago, though. It was pretty cold.
man,
Okay,
I'm done. I'm so done with that.
waking up.
Yeah, I'm done with it too, but it's chilling off here tonight now.
See, it tells you who can and cannot.
Probably be another 45 or 50 degree night.
Hey, what are the poles that are holding up that sawmill shed you're in?
It's a big long telephone pole all the way from one end to the other. It's like a 40-foot pole
No, the one's going vertical.
in the ceiling.
No, the pole's right on the end.
Holding the roof up.
Oh, them are just telephone poles cut off.
Says
They're about 8-inch diameter.
Really?
Yeah.
It looked like they had knots in them. It looked like they were some kind of cedar or something.
I just
They are probably southern cedar
Yeah.
or western cedar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the tops of the poles cut off.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Dang, we're sitting at a cool 70 right now, man. It's freaking cool out there.
70.
Humidity's 85%.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Bad.
see the
I was
chat
saying 60.
here,
Yeah.
but they can't see it on like the regular chat.
Do anybody got any more questions on the edger or no? Nothing else come up?
No, I think that's it, John.
Okay. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I left much out, if anything.
Oh, we appreciate you demonstrating it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty deal.
Oh, yeah, that was neat.
I'm
For sure.
surprised you're not swatting mosquitoes right now.
No, it's too damn cold.
It's too damn
They were out at 4 o'clock at feeding time.
You want mosquitoes? Come on down here. I'll give you all you want.
I'm sure you got it. No doubt.
Careful what you wish for, Steve. We'll send you a box of black flies next spring.
We'll
right.
send them some snowballs. How's that?
Yeah, I'm not out. I'm not outside right now, so I can't tell you how cold it is out. But I know it's supposed to cool down tonight.
I think our low tonight's 68.
We're 75 here. I don't know what you guys are doing down there.
We're right on the water.
Well, we had a beautiful day today. We had 75 and no humidity at all. It was like a great day.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day up here too.
I was looking forward to Monday when I'm supposed to get into the 90s.
That's our
air
all
conditioning
next
time.
week. We're supposed to be all next week in the 90s.
Yeah,
Argument.
they're saying that we might touch 100 next week. Not here, but in Albany.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Our humidity right now is 71%.
You're swimming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk outside the door, you're swimming.
Yeah. I lived in South Carolina for 20 years. That wasn't for me.
The older you get, the worse it gets. Of course, I ain't old as John up there.
Chris, if you happen to go up there to look at mills, you could say hello to John in person. Monday through Thursday, right? Monday through Thursday.
Yep.
And Chris, you can hear me. Take your winter coat.
Stop it.
February.
And you might want to take your snow boots.
And
What are you laughing at, John?
Yeah.
we go to New York up there, in August up there in New York. And man, I take my flannel shirt, my heavy flannel shirt, my long johns. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Man, it's cold up here." And they're like, "Man, it's like 66 degrees." I'm like, "I know, it's cold. I'm freezing cold."
T-shirt weather.
I know. Everybody else running around in t-shirts. I got a flannel shirt on.
See, they only get between middle of June, middle of July, and then their summer's over with.
I know it.
Yeah, it's coming real quick.
Summer's over at 4th of July. Once 4th of July rolls by, summer's over.
No, that ain't for me.
And we still got beach weather in December.
I know that's not true.
I don't know. We've been in the 70s and 80s in December.
I've been down south with high humidity and 40 degrees. You can't get warm.
Water temperature will drop.
You can't get warm. How's the orchard coming along, Paul?
Going on pretty good. He's been spraying it. You got a new sprayer for the orchard. Well, new to us sprayer. Last time Andy sprayed, it took him 2 days to do everything. This time only took him 1 day, so just cut it in half. And looks like fruits are be coming out shortly. Hopefully, knock on wood.
That 938 Ford mower I bought, I love that mower.
Mm.
Man, it makes short work of the field behind the sawmill.
Yeah, works great for old mower. Old iron works better usually.
Yeah.
I saw they have 2 orange tractors now.
You got 2 orange tractors now, Paul?
2 of them, yep. Andy's gonna be mad at me. They have the MX 6000. That's his nickname Max, and the L2501 that he mows the orchard with, and he calls it Lola because of the L and the L2501 designation. I call it Mini because we had the MX and the L2501 next to each other. It looked like Max and Mini, but it comes in handy. Nice little tractor.
Yeah.
Got something with orange.
You just in love with orange, Tim says.
Not by intention.
Yeah, you got the Kubota like my TYM.
Yeah.
I
Cab.
got a 1952 Ford 8N. It's about all I can afford.
Nowadays, yeah.
Mhm.
But I can get parts for it off of Amazon for next to nothing.
And you can still work on it.
Mhm.
I can work on it right in the woods if I have to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't plugged it into a computer.
Yeah. And depth system and the diesels and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Yes, I can lift logs with the old Ford, but only to a certain extent. Then the front tires come off the ground. But I built a log arch. We got 2 log arches. We could pick up 2,000-pound log without even thinking about it. Keep it right off the ground.
You ever put that log arch on the tractor?
No, it's easier to maneuver through the woods with the 4-wheeler. Believe it or not,
Oh yeah,
I could hook it to the tractor, but I don't know. The 4-wheeler just maneuvers so easily through the woods.
Yeah, so you guys snake them things that are easy.
yeah.
When are you going to hook up an electric winch to it so you don't have to crank it up to raise the log?
Well, we thought about it, Paul, but you got to have battery power, and those 4-wheelers don't really have a whole lot of battery power.
Oh, yeah, and they're pretty little batteries, too. Yeah.
Right. Tim tried to, if you watch the video where the Patriot was leaving home,
Mm-hmm.
he tried to use the winch off the 4-wheeler battery on the trailer, and it didn't work out too well.
Mm-hmm.
Just not a whole lot of battery there.
And you guys ain't cranking that much to get them up off the ground anyway.
No, it's pretty easy with the hand winch. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then we got the little snatch block at the end of the cable, which
Yep.
doubles the winch capacity
Fascinating.
and makes it real easy to pick it up.
Yeah, that's where I got the log arch from the back of the trailer I built.
Right.
I use a snatch block on it, and I can lift like 18,000-pound logs with it.
Yeah, I got a video coming out Thursday, I think. I backed the log. I had to snake a cherry log out of our log pile. I backed the log arch right up on top of a 18-inch log. I got big tires on it. It just rolls right over anything.
Yeah. I started building one, but I ain't finished it yet.
Well, put as big a tire. I got 16-inch truck tires on mine. I tell you, it goes over anything.
Yeah, these are 15-inch truck tires
Right.
with a solid axle, and I'm cutting the axle in half.
We started out with like lawn tractor tires off the back of a lawn tractor.
Yeah.
You thought the low ground pressure would be great, but first time you hit a rock, forget it.
Yeah, it's over with. Yeah, these are 15-inch skinny tires.
I got the low pros on mine.
Tim's got 15s on his, but they're low pros, but they still work pretty good.
Yeah. I'll get this one finished one
Kubota
day.
2501 is good.
Huh?
That 2501 Kubota there he's got on the screen. That's a good little tractor. Sorry.
Yeah, Kubota builds a nice tractor.
I had a 2501, but I sold it and bought that TYM because it would lift more weight. The 2501, it was nice just for a yard tractor, but I got a Ford New Holland for that. But the 2501 just wouldn't lift nothing. It's only 25 horsepower and just didn't have enough power to do anything.
What year was that? A newer one?
Yeah, 21.
They couldn't turn the pressure up for you on that? Or they
No,
would.
no, it was maxed.
Okay.
And you lose steering when the steering would go out with you when you was trying to lift, or if you try to steer and lift, you couldn't do it both at the same time.
Oh, yeah, open circuit, huh?
Yep. And I have I got a 98 Ford New Holland, and it's 27 horsepower, and they would outlift that Kubota in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I've heard the TY. Well, we had TYM here. That thing would lift anything like crazy too.
Yeah, the new one I bought, the TYM I bought, that's same as Paul's Kubota with a cab. I got what 60 horsepower. Yeah. It'll lift just about anything I want, as bigger as I want. I lifted that white oak today. That was 10 foot, 36 inch across, 10 foot long, soaking wet. It lifted it like nothing.
Yeah, I use the 8N with a set of forks on the back to move logs around here in the yard, but I can't get under anything too big because it won't pick it up.
Yeah.
There's no weight on the front of that Ford.
Mhm.
That's the only problem with the TYM. But I put that, well, you probably seen where I put that job box on the back of mine full of cinder blocks. I got like 25 cinder blocks in that job box or more because it's a big job box I got back there.
Yeah.
So I ain't got no problem with the weight.
My little 13 horsepower Kubota won't pick up anything, but I can move logs around the log yard. I know that.
I just sold my case. I had a case 580 backhoe, but I just sold it the other day. It's just too big to maneuver around the yard.
Yeah, I had a neighbor had a 630 case, and I think the thing would get stuck right on the hard pavement. That was the worst backhoe I ever saw.
Yeah, I mean, this one was good. I mean, it's a 15-foot extended boom, 580D, but it was just too big to maneuver around in the wood yard.
They're just bulky.
Yeah,
Bulky.
too big and bulky.
Well, that's because you got too small of a log yard.
Yeah, I do. I only got about, what, half acre?
Yep.
I got almost 6.5 acres, but my wife ain't, she ain't going to cut no tree, limb, or anything on that wood.
But you just need to talk her into putting them in the front yard. I seen your front yard. It's nice and level out there.
Oh, yeah.
Just put your logs
She's
out
got
there.
She's got her grist mill out there running.
She's got a what?
She builds grist mills.
Oh, yeah.
Miniature grist mills.
Yep.
She's got it out there in the pond running with flower beds and stuff. So she ain't no.
Just put the logs right next to that.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Tell her we need to put a mill inside that grist mill box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, water
You can
power.
put 'em right through there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I see a lot of people use skid steers around the log yard.
Yep.
I don't have the means to buy a skid steer. I'm trying to stay out of debt, not get into debt.
Yeah. I looked at skid steers, but I've used the tractor for more than one thing. So brush hogging and stuff.
Yep.
Well, from what I've seen on the farms, if a skid steer doesn't have tracks on it, it gets stuck real easy.
Yeah, they do. Unless you're on a hard gravel surface, for sure.
Well, it's only, and you only use it if you use it for wood yard. I mean, you ain't using it for nothing else. You can't pull a brush hog. You got a big auger on the back of it or anything like that. So,
Right. Can't take it in the woods and go skidding timber with it unless you got tracks. And some guys do.
you'd be getting pulled out every time you turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a tractor. I mean, you can't rototill your garden with a skid steer.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I got a 6-foot rototill and everything to go behind mine. Yeah.
Right.
I got too much equipment to go behind it. You can't put behind
right.
it.
You can't afford a skid steer and all that other equipment.
No place to hook it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no.
Wow, shoot. What else?
What do you say about a skid? My skid steer loaded is fixed. Bobcat 753 with steel tracks. Man, that would tear up some shit. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Steel tracks. You couldn't afford to keep the gravel on the driveway.
Sawbuck, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you stopping in and saying hello.
Yeah, we put those
Oh,
grapples.
Yeah, we did add the grapples to the log arches. That made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
grapple hooks. You see those on our videos.
Yep.
Yep.
We got
I
some
had-
new skid steer attachments here at Hudson too. We made some splitters that attach on your skid steer. They're nice. I don't know if anybody's seen them or not.
No.
Yeah, the one's the inverted one. Then we got a standby one where you just, if you got an open circuit, you can run it there, standing firewood. But
Oh,
pretty
okay.
powerful. Splitting big wood, if you got great big trees or butts or whatever to split up. That's meow.
I noticed I was out front of Hudson the other day. Can they run off a tractor? What sort of flow do they need?
16 to 20 gallons a minute. You're
Oh,
fine.
wow, okay.
Yours will hold it, Paul.
It's just gonna be
I
slow.
don't know. The cylinder might be moving pretty slowly.
Yeah. No, they're set up for. I don't know what the high flow is on skid steers. Some of them are adjustable too.
Hmm.
You can
Some of them
adjust your flow.
Yeah, they got some high flow on them skid steers.
Oh yeah.
That spruce, that's like to warm that Paul's saw up.
Yeah, nice looking spruce there this morning, Paul.
Thank you. Well, just
Nice and clear.
clear but hard to handle. That's my back sore.
Yeah,
That's why he's looking at the hydraulics.
Yeah, you got it.
You put the winch up, didn't you?
Manual once, yeah.
Yeah.
It helps.
yeah, but Andy wasn't there to turn it.
Exactly. No Andy to turn it. Yep.
You see, I put the hitch. You remember when I had the Norwood and I put the winch on it?
Mm-hmm.
I mounted a receiver off the back of a truck underneath there, and it built a post up out of 2x2 square tubing and put a 3500 electric winch right there and pulled right up on the mill, and I could take it in and out,
Cool.
or I could roll the log up on the mill with it.
Yeah, we don't have any power over there, so I got to figure out that solution first.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, you
electric.
ain't got a fire backer, do you?
I don't believe I remember when you had the Norwood, Steve.
Oh, you don't?
No.
That's when Bonnie ran it. That was her. Man, both these sawmills are hers. I mean, this ain't my sawmill; it's hers. I bought the Norwood for her, but it was full manual. I did. Now you need to go back and look at some of the old videos because I modified the crap out of it, like I did the wood-mizer so far. I've been
John, are
modifying.
you sitting in a truck?
Yeah, I'm sitting in my pickup now.
He's got the heater on.
No, I got the heater on. Well, better maybe not outside because it's chilling right off.
Got any frost on the windows yet?
No, not yet. They
Yeah.
aren't cleaned up yet either, so it must be all right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, all you guys with 100 degree heat, this is what we have to tolerate.
Mhm.
Hey, at least you can go outside and be nice and cool to work tonight.
Absolutely. Yep.
I go outside, I get ate up by mosquitoes, and it looks like I just got out of the shower within 15 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
paying my dog.
When we go up to Woodsman's Days in Boonville, it's the only place I know of. You have to start out with a winter jacket, and then you're down to a sleeveless shirt by the end of the day. Matter of fact, last year when we were up there, John, you were wearing a heavy coat when we got there.
Yeah, I was wearing my vest and my sweatshirt. Yeah, it's pretty cool at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock when you get up and get rolling. That's basically the start of fall up here, August.
Start of fall.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the second week of August, you see the leaves start turning on the soft maples.
Yep.
You'll see them in the top of the tree, and then you know that's it. That's the end of the line. You better get the shed full quick if it isn't already.
You know what's coming.
Yep.
Man,
I've actually had so much snow in the woods I couldn't hunt on Thanksgiving Day. Snow was too deep.
Yeah, I remember a few times like that too.
Well, I grew up in West Virginia with all that and left there.
Well, I don't know. I'd rather deal with the cold than the heat, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me too now.
I'd still love the heat.
The heat ain't too bad. It's the humidity that gets you.
Yeah, that's true.
The
Yeah,
humidity,
that just brings you down.
yep. It'll drain you quick.
Yeah.
I miss the snow.
I'll tell you what you guys don't realize drains you is freaking wind.
Mhm.
You guys, none of you have the wind. You know what I mean? It's blowing 40 mile an hour out here, and you just walking. You know what I mean? And it's draining you just because you have to try and stand up. It's unbelievable some days.
Now
Where are you at?
you live in
I'm in
Illinois.
Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
I often said that if I ever had the money, I'd buy a big plot of land in Illinois and put a crooked road in.
It had a curve to go around, huh?
I put
No,
a curvy,
there ain't no crooked road.
road in.
No, it's straight.
I think last time I was out in Indiana, you could shoot a bullet north and south and east and west and not hit anything till the bullet hit the ground because the roads are so straight.
Yep. Yeah, I go up to New York, and you're like, "Why are you doing 35 mile an hour?" I'm like, "Man, because this road is crooked. You know, I don't know where the heck I'm going." You know, or somebody up there from New York says, "Oh, just go straight down this road," and I'm like, "Yeah, you've already lost me." You know, because I know there's a bend right there, so there ain't no going straight down this road. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Or
their
you could-
idea is straight, and your idea is straight are two different straights.
Yep.
And see, John gets back home. He's got to have a front end alignment because cars.
I'm
Not
telling
used
you.
to doing all them turns.
No, I went to an auction that was freaking. I went to an auction today. It's about 20, 25 miles away. And I turned once out of my driveway and I went straight for 25 miles and I turned into the auction. That was it. You know, there was no crook, there was no other turns, nothing.
Well, the thing of it is, if you got up on the roof of your house, you could probably see the auction.
Yeah, if it weren't for the trees, you could.
You don't even have a stoplight, do you?
Never hit a stoplight, nope. Nope. You can go, geez, I don't even know where the closest stoplight is. 30 miles south. Closest stoplight.
And I think I got 9 between here and 9 miles of work.
No.
Yeah, about 4 stop signs, 9 red lights.
If you go down here to the corner and you look, you can see 28 miles away. You can see whether it's red or green.
You know right when to take off, huh?
Yeah, you're like, oh, red, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, John, last year on vacation, you brought us a Sasquatch. What are you going to bring us this year?
I don't know. You know what I'm going to do when I'm up there, though? That big hollow tree. It's the same tree that Sasquatch came out of. I'm going to, cut and make it back for a chair out of that. Where you're, sitting down in the hollow.
Yep.
Spot of it and use the hollow as the back of the chair. But I don't know what you're going to saw in the sawmill. There ain't much sawing in that hollow log.
Did you say you came to Virginia?
Me? I know we were in South Carolina
Oh,
for the week. But that'll be almost July 5th to the 19th or something. I'll be up there in New York. Sasquatch. We should see Sasquatch come out of the kiln in a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if I can find a camera.
You see the green screen.
There's a
Oh, yeah.
Sasquatch. See the
There's
Sasquatch?
Bigfoot. Hold it. Your green screen is killing it, but you can see
Yeah.
it.
I wish there was a way I could put it on there.
Put
I
it in
was-
front of your shirt.
Huh?
Put it in front of your shirt.
Yeah, but it's too far away.
Put it in front of your ugly mug. There you go.
There you go. Oh, stop. Stop. You can see Sasquatch in there, can't you? No? You guys aren't shaking your heads, yes. No, you can't see it?
No, I can't.
That was pretty cool. I know that.
Yep.
What'd you do? Carve it?
No, it
No.
was in a burl. It
Oh,
was in a big maple burl. And I just had him, I brought it down to his mill and had him cut it into 2-inch slabs. We were taking those slabs off and I was showing each one of them to the camera, you know, for the YouTube video.
yeah.
And I'd wipe off the sawdust with my hand and went about our business. I recorded a video and they recorded a video. And one of their viewers, after they posted the video, one of their viewers says, "Well, that's Bigfoot right there in your burrow." We didn't see it the day that we saw it,
Right.
No.
and I got them back out and had to look at them, dump water over them. I'm like, "Yeah, there's a Bigfoot in there for sure." I got him in 2 slabs, you know.
Yeah. Mirror image.
Yep.
Nice.
Try it now, Rick.
Well, yeah, hang on a minute.
Whenever I'm cutting them big slabs out with them knots in them, I always look for the man in the woods standing in there sitting. You see the face.
Mhm.
Let's see. I got to turn it
You
over.
got to just get the picture. Isn't there a?
Yep.
We have a picture of it.
I can't see it, Tim.
Can you send me a picture?
Yeah, I can send you a picture. I'm going to send it to Tim. Maybe he can get it on here somehow.
Is that Sasquatch in the background up on the mill?
No, that's many years ago. That's back when I was 30.
Yeah, we see Sasquatch. I don't think I have it on my camera anymore.
Should be getting it.
You sent it by messenger.
Yes. Yeah, that background behind me is when I first bought my big hydraulic circle mill.
Oh, okay.
We just got it to the property. That was 68 feet long on a trailer.
Was that shotgun feed?
What's that?
Was that a shotgun feed?
Still don't understand what you said.
I said, was that a shotgun feed? Hydraulic mill, you said.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic mill. It was based on, it started out as a Chase 100, and then somebody built it into a hydraulic mill.
Hydraulic meaning it was powered with a hydraulic motor.
Yep, hydraulic. Well, the diesel powered the hydraulic pumps, yes.
Uh-huh.
And then the blade was run with hydraulic. The log turner was hydraulic. Everything on it was hydraulic.
How many horse was that motor?
290.
I was gonna say you had to have some horsepower to run the hydraulic motor to run that saw.
Yeah, it had the dogs on it where you could either use them in manual mode or they had air going to them.
Yep.
You could lock them with air.
Nice.
I sold that mill 22, 23 years ago, and when it left, I knew I made a mistake, and I've regretted it ever since.
But you
Is that
couldn't find anybody to help you saw it today, so
Yeah.
Is that like
Well-
the one that Bus Motor Productions got?
That saw had to have 4 people to run it. That's the problem.
Have you seen bus motor production?
Mark Gleachy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yellow Mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about.
Yeah. His is
That's
all
close.
hydraulic.
That's close to what mine looked like. I even thought it might have been my mill at one time, but it wasn't. I looked it over close.
Yeah. They've done a lot of work to that mill since they got it.
Mine's in Pennsylvania somewheres. I don't know. I lost track of it. Probably ended up on a Amish farm.
Yeah.
Probably right next to you. Probably about 5 miles away from you now.
That'd be nice.
There was a gentleman down in North Carolina that bought one, but he passed away, and I don't know what they ever did with his. He was on YouTube a lot. He did a lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
Well, I bought a band mill so I could run it by myself.
What'd you say, Paul?
McCoy or something like that?
Yep, McCoy. Yeah, you're right. I used to watch him all the time. He was pretty good Sawyer. Yeah, he passed away, and his wife's and his son sold that mill. I think that ran by hydraulics too, and they had the log loader and everything.
Mm.
Well, I heard a pop. What was that?
That's me.
Whoa, look.
man. There you go. That's better already.
Yeah, no, Rick.
Yeah.
Poor Rick, but he's fun to pick on.
Oh man.
Control.
Now you got right between you two.
Control with sense of humor.
At least he was off to the side. We didn't have to look directly at him.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Now when I make a short, there's no way to get him out of the short. He'll always be in all the shorts. The guy in the middle is always in all the shorts.
Yep. John, you all sell a lot of y'all have a log splitters?
Yeah,
I
several
oh.
different styles. We got the 2-way, the 4-way, and we got a 6-way wedge. And we got different size horsepower motors, adjustable wedge, fixed wedge. We got a box splitter now that we just come out with too. That's a pretty nice machine.
That splits both ways.
No, it splits one way, but it drags the top of the block. It's for big wood, you know. So it drags the big block back down over, so you ain't got to handle it. Once it's on there with the lift, minimal work, just pulling the lever basically. Back and forth. It drags the block back, drops it back down in
Right.
the splitting hopper.
Nope.
What's the best one for splitting slab wood?
Slab wood that comes off your mill.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks that.
Well, I see it, but it's little, Tim.
Well, it's because I had to do his logo. Hang on.
I guess it depends on how patient you are and how much you like to handle wood.
There it is. There's Sasquatch.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
Holy cow, look at that.
That was inside a burl.
That is awesome. Huh. Yeah, that's really cool.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
That was.
Why it took so long?
Yeah, I have the little 20-ton like Harbor Freight Northern Tool wood splitter right now.
Yeah, that's just 2-way split, right?
Yeah, just 2-way split.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to split slab wood 4-way unless it's really big slab woods. You know, slab wood's usually wide, it's not thick.
Yeah. And this thing
So,
it's old. It's 30 years old.
Yeah.
I was looking for a big, wider base because you already got some I-beam you're splitting on.
Right. Now that I'm thinking about it, that box splitter would probably work pretty good for slab wood. I mean,
Would
if
it?
you got slab woods, you know, it cut it all at 4 inches or whatever the box is. I think it's 4 inches or 5.
Yeah.
Just thought of that when you guys are talking about it. That's where I get some of these ideas from, Rick.
What's that? Talking like this?
Yeah, just talking and
Yep.
something will flash through my head. I'm like, yeah, I got to try that.
Yeah, if you and I got together for a week, John, there'd probably be all kinds of inventions.
Oh, no. Probably would be.
You'll
You
have
got
to
to come
look.
up sometime and see my circle mill. Be a good reminisce for you, anyways.
I would love to see your circle mill. We're coming up. We're coming up during Woodsman's Days. Maybe we could slip over and take a look at it.
Yeah, if I can get out after the show.
When's
I'm sure,
Woodman Day?
I'm sure I'll be working the show again.
When's Woodman Day?
Uh, 3rd week in August.
Third
So
week
it's
in
usually around the 18th or the 21st of August. Usually within that week. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'll look it up.
I tell you, I've been disappointed with Woodsman's Days since COVID. It's just not as big as it used to be.
Oh yeah, it's drunk. It's drunk fast. They said there was as many people there, but it didn't seem like it as a vendor. But you know, I wasn't out in the field. They got a lot more in the infield now, so you don't see as many people.
Right. Well, back before COVID, you had like Baker Mill and you had all
Oh,
kinds of different sawmill manufacturers there. You know, there was all kinds of stuff there.
yep.
17th and 18th
16th, 17th, and 18th
of August.
of August, John.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big show, but I think since COVID, they're not getting the vendors in there they used to get.
Yeah, they ain't
Yeah.
getting the big vendors either. Cat's still there, and them got big guys. John Deere. I didn't see a lot of John Deere there last year either. They kind of pulled back on their stuff.
Our business there, the international truck business, they used to have a booth there too. They quit going up there.
Yeah, they used to have a ton of trucks there, all
Yeah,
sizes.
That sucked because I used to get in for free.
Nobody gets in for free anymore.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I got the cards at every gate, boy. You check if you're a vendor or not. It's it used to be. A lot of times they give you tickets to go.
Yeah.
Just people in the show. You get they didn't charge for it. I think they would probably get more people, just to get them in there.
Yeah.
You get the people in there, they'll spend the money. You don't have to catch it at the gate.
Well, I got a senior citizen discount. I get $2 off.
Well,
Tim too.
I don't think I
How
bought
much
a
did it cost you to get in?
What's that?
How much did it cost you to get in?
I think it's $8 or $10.
Ooh, wee.
Well,
Yeah.
that's cheap.
Well, I guess.
I went to the forestry one in Richmond, Virginia, and it was $20 a piece in there to get in.
Yeah, is that at the stadium?
No, it was Richmond International Raceway.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. This is the raceway.
Yeah, but they didn't have nobody there. Wood-mizer had one LX55 sawmill there, and Baker had one mill there, and a slab flattener, and there was nobody there.
No vendors or no visitors?
No vendors or visitors.
Wow.
It was just wide open, nothing.
That used to be a huge pack show. I've been there several times.
Yep. But it was $20 to get in there.
I don't even think the lumberjack competition was good as last year as it normally is.
I didn't get a chance to watch any of it.
Pretty lucky.
Didn't miss much.
Yeah, I didn't go this year. I probably won't go until I hear about if they build up or not. So it just wasn't worth wasn't worth walking around for a mile or two, but not even seeing nothing.
Right?
John, how
They
long,
don't have the loggers you used to have either. That's the big thing. You know, all small time loggers are gone. You're either big or nothing anymore.
Yeah, that's what that was. They had some heavy equipment up there, the big heavy equipment, tractor and trailer log splitters and stuff like that. I mean, but other than that, no small stuff.
Yeah,
You see the price of the equipment, you wonder how anybody can even make it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, I remember
They don't make it. Just the big companies make it.
Yep. I forget that log splitter. I think it was $250,000, $256,000 or some bullshit. I'm like, holy shit! You better sell a lot of wood.
Too.
Well, back in the early 2000s, I think hardwood logs were going more then than they are now, price wise.
Yeah.
They were. Absolutely, they were. Cherry was. I know that for sure.
Yeah, cherry and hard maple was up there at one point. It was like $5 a board foot for clear stuff.
Yep.
That's before you put a saw to it.
Yeah, veneer, you cleaned right up on it. You know, you had a couple of veneer logs in the load. Holy shit, you can make some good money.
getting 600, 1,000 on pine. 600, 1,000.
I don't know what they're getting around here now. I know the paper mill up here is eating it up, but they're getting all the small stuff. But most of ours is going to West Point and being shipped overseas. A lot of.
Well, back when I had the big mill, we were sawing hardwood, hard maple and cherry. We were shipping that out of here by a tractor of trailer loads. It was going to another mill south of us that was kiln drying it, and then it was going straight to Germany.
This you don't mill nothing. They're buying the logs, and they probably got, I can guarantee you, 60 acres of just nothing but logs stacked, probably 60 or 70 foot tall, just fields of logs. Got it all being watered down. They're putting on barges and shipping it overseas.
Japan used to be a big buyer of logs back years ago. I don't know if they
West Coast lumber.
And this guy wants, he wants 30 foot or bigger if he can get it.
Well,
So they're steady feeding him. And one of these days I'm gonna go up and video, fly the drone over it. They said it was like 70 acres, just nothing but just timber stacked. I know I looked over
Ship
around
it overseas, huh?
Yep, all going overseas. And
I
all
can believe that.
all he's doing is debarking it and putting it on the barge. And that's where a lot of the logs around here are going. I mean, a lot of the wood.
Well, around here, if we buy logs, we have to compete with the Amish. The Amish set the price on the logs, and a lot of times they'll be way past the price of what it normally should be. You know, like pine's bringing 600 1,000 right now. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
Down here, they're stripping land, just completely stripping it. They just did 1,000 acres behind me, and then they probably did about another 3,000 acres right across from it, and they're putting in these housing projects. So they're just stripping the land around here. But most of that's mostly all yellow pine and Virginia pine. That's all going to the paper mill.
Yeah.
All the hardwood's going up to West Point to the guy that's going overseas with it. He's paying big bucks. So the mill up here ain't hardly getting it. I think
where overseas?
Huh?
Do you know where overseas it's going?
No, I ain't never asked nobody I don't know if he's ever told anybody where he's shipping it to. If I ever get hold of somebody that's working up there, I might be able to find out.
You know, one thing I've never been able to figure out is when lumber's down, the price of logs seem to be up. And when the price of logs drop, the price of lumber, when the logs go up, the lumber goes down.
Yep.
And when the lumber goes up, the logs go down. It's the opposite. You know, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's a swing like that. It's crazy.
And see, the mills around here won't buy no yard trees, so they only buy wooded areas. But that guy buys anything. So
Yeah.
now you got a lot of tree services taking them to him.
If we saw logs for somebody, we tell them to leave the first 12 foot laying in the yard. We won't cut it. Yard trees.
And that's why you got all these tree services now. They're cutting all that hardwood, taking it straight to him because he's buying it, paying big bucks for it. So
Yeah.
but
You've never hit any nails, have you, Steve?
no. You got them railroad ties, railroad spikes like that. Hatchet.
Horseshoes, hanger eggs.
I think Paul's hit a few too, huh, Paul?
A few more than I want, of course.
Usually when I hit them, I just take the log off the mill and throw it over the hill. I'm just tired of messing with them.
The
Oh,
worst I ever hit is I've hit horseshoes in trees, but the worst I ever hit was a cobblestone. Somebody must have set it in the crotch of a tree or in. I hit the cobblestone with the big mill. I thought I destroyed the blade.
Ooh.
And it shot the teeth right through the roof of the mill like a machine gun, the teeth and shanks. And I got a guy up here that hammers blades. He put the blade in his van, shut the doors, and I don't know, a couple hours later, he opened the door and rolled it out and was all ready to go. I couldn't believe it.
That was probably a pricey oops.
The worst thing I've got is that, remember, I think I did a video with the wood eyelet screws. They had 9 of them side by side. I'm like, what the hell was that? A car? But they had 9 of them. And they done broke the heads off. So it was 9 of them about 4 inches long in there. And I hit them all at one time, just whack.
I've hit clothesline pulleys.
Yeah.
And I've hit horseshoes. I mean, the horseshoe was something. They must have hung them on a branch or something, and they grow into the tree.
Well, my wife's father, where he lives at, we got a big oak tree. It's probably about 60 inches wide or 70 inches wide. There's a come along hanging up in that tree it's completely covered up. It's just a handle sticking out. We used to pull and we left it up there. So I hate seeing anybody.
Another thing too is they cap maple trees here in the spring for syrup, for sap.
Oh yeah.
And the old metal spires, is that what they call spires?
Spiles.
They leave them in the trees. Those are hard.
Oh
Those
yeah.
are really hard.
Yep. Yeah, I hit some nail, but I ain't never hit no really, really big stuff, except for them eyelets that day, and that was it. I kind of look over them pretty good, but soon I hit something. I had a maple. I hit like 4 nails, and I just take it off the mill, throw it over the hill. There's always another log somewhere. I ain't got the time to sit there and mess with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I tell the customer, if you want it milled, there's a guy right down the road. He'll mill anything. Take it to him. He'll mill a cinder block if you want it milled. But
we got some nice ash trees that they took down along the road. Some nice big ones. They were 28-inch, and took the metal detector to it and found where they had posted signs on the tree.
Oh yeah.
Dug all the nails out, and we started to cut it, and danged if we didn't get into a roof and tack. A couple of them. It's just like they must have hung posted signs all over the side of the tree.
All over, yep. Yard sale signs.
Yeah, something.
Yep. Well, I tell them, most of your metal detectors ain't gonna go but 2 inches in the wood.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care how good a metal detector you buy. 2 inches is about as thick as far as you're gonna go down in the wood.
Dang it.
Yeah, dang
it.
I heard that. Dang it.
To me, there's just too many logs out there to take a chance on tearing your mill up.
Yeah, I don't.
But
People come to us with yard logs. I tell them leave the first 12 foot in the yard. Don't even bother bringing it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame too, because we get some nice hard maples, that people bring us coming out of the yard, and it's just like you're going to run into metal.
Yeah. I don't mind taking. They can bring it, but soon I hit something, I usually take it off the mill. They can have it back. And there's a guy down the road. He'll mill anything. I just tell him, you want it milled any further than that? I ain't gonna charge you. I just put it on the truck and you can haul it down there to him. I just ain't messing with it.
We got a couple guys up the road to probably mill it, but they're a little far away. They're up in. They're 40 minutes or so from us, right,
Yeah,
Paul?
This boy's got. I forget the mill he's got. It came from Harbor Freight. It's a manual mill, but he'll mill. He'll mill anything for $50 a log. I seen where he was advertising the other day. He was doing $50 an hour He'll come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, he must be
Any
desperate.
more business you can get.
Yep. Yep. $50 an hour, $75 for driving time, and he'll go up to 100, 200 miles for $75. And I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it.
Yep. Any the business.
So John, is there any more new equipment coming down the road from Hudson? Anything in the future?
No, just them wood splitters, like I said. We got a whole new line of wood splitters coming through with the skid steers, the box splitter, the edger. The stake pointer was new this year, so that's probably about it for right now.
The cookie cutter.
Then the cookie cutter, yes.
Yeah.
Love those track sweeps.
Yeah, Tim said he loves the track sweeps.
Yep, that was a nice addition you had.
Mhm.
Yeah, those things work good. You don't keep your track clean, you're going to be fighting your mill constantly.
Right.
Oh yeah. I did that on Norwood. You couldn't keep that sucker clean.
No, it's night and day.
And they hadn't had track cleaners on the front of it, but the sap just built up on it. The yellow pine and Virginia pine,
Oh,
it's running out by the bucketful.
yeah. Yeah, that stuff is real sappy. I've sawed some of that.
Yeah. See, we don't get none of that ash or white pine.
Just did that.
Ash is
Yeah.
ash is just about all going around my area.
It's starting to go around here. We've still got some going, but the borers are here, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it ain't going to last much longer because it's devastating up here, too.
Mhm.
Everybody's cutting their wood lots off.
I got 2 laying in the log yard, maybe 3 ash, and they're pretty much dead.
Forrest has told us that there won't be any saw logs there won't be any ash saw logs left in 10 years.
Yeah.
We
I know
got something killing
Virginia
the beech trees as well. We got beech trees dying like crazy up here.
Yeah, same thing.
Hmm.
So if you got any ash, saw it up in 10, 15 years, it's going to be worth a lot of money.
Mhm.
Even if they just put it in cans, since you could store it inside and keep it good, it's going to be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
We still got some good swamp ash.
Do you know how old I'm going to be 10, 15 years from now?
Yeah, I'm going to be old enough, so I don't give a crap. No.
I won't even remember where I put the ash.
I think we will spell ash.
I'll be investing in Depends.
For your ash.
Too many jokes for that one.
401k guy always tells you, "Oh, you're in it for the long haul. The long haul's done, pal. I'm over. I'm done."
Yeah. The long haul's gone, ain't it?
Yeah, we're at the end. We're at the end of the road. It's time to start collecting, and you're telling me the stock market killed me?
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, we're at the part where we're starting to cash in.
I know it.
Trying to.
Trying to. Well, guys, it's been a good night, but it's getting late.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody that attended. And how you doing, Mr. Doughboy? You got in there just in time. We're getting ready to close her down.
Yeah, we ain't got Michael from Wilson Forest Lands or Eric. They'd still be running on 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. Everybody here's on the East Coast, or
Yeah.
you're on the same time we are now, John, aren't you?
No, I'm still an hour.
Yeah,
Still
he's an hour behind.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to shut it down. We appreciate everybody that came along tonight with us, and thanks for all the comments and the questions. And John, we appreciate you coming on, showing us that new edger. That is really something to look at.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'd say a big shout out to hi to all our Hudson fans and Hudson Sawmill owners.
Yes.
Got any questions? Always feel free to give me a shout here.
Nice meeting you and talking to you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Yeah, that was
on
a nice edger.
you guys on here, just hang tight a minute after we go off. We'll talk for a second.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming along with us, and we appreciate you watching our show. And we'll see you on the third Saturday of next month. And if there's anything you want to see or talk about between now and then, contact us at twobrothers@yahoo.com, or you want to throw your email out there, John?
Mine, me.
John.
Oh, mine? I don't even know what mine is. My Natural Farm Gym.
All right,
I
guys.
don't even know what mine
Brothers-
is. I don't
Brothers
even
out-
know my phone number.
twobrothers@yahoo.com. If there's anything you want to see on the
I
show
don't
next.
even know my address. I don't even know where I live.
All right, guys, and check out Hudson Forest Equipment. You can find them at hudson.com, John.
That's correct.
Hudson.com. All right, guys, thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you on the next one.